Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I'm showing you Darth Maul from Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7 finale. And this is my custom version of Darth Maul for the final season. And this figure took me actually real long to do. It got many special parts and things which I never done, like his horns on his head. And yeah. So without further ado, let's just get started. So first, I want to say that I didn't make any weapons for him yet, but I actually wanted to buy a dark saber, like the one that previously got, but I couldn't order it right now, and I actually want to make the video, and I didn't want to wait real long, so I thought I'll just make the video without a weapon. But I'll definitely do that in the future. And yeah, so I actually started with the figure itself at a different place as I usually would start. I started with his head because that was like the most difficult part in my opinion. And I just started off with a normal Lego Star Wars Darth Maul head from like the Phantom Menace, and then I had to choose if I'm going to make it like with the normal Lego Star Wars headpiece from Darth Maul, like that round piece that's on the top that you just can put on the knob, or if I'm like going to make a sculpted head for Darth Maul, like many other customizers do at the moment. And I decided to make a sculpted head because I think the horns would turn out better with the sculpted version, because I thought that the Lego version got actually really tiny horns. And then I just started to cover up his knob and just make like a bald head. And after I sculpted that with Procreate, I just let that dry. After that, I just started sculpting on his horns. As you can see, I just started with his first horn here in the middle, front, and that just looked like a unicorn. So that looked actually really funny. And then I just sculpted on every other horn on his head. Also in the back side, or with Procreate, and also the horns on the side here, as you can see. After that, I just let that dry, and then I could finally paint his whole head. And then to paint his head, I just painted his whole head in black, and then I just started painting all of these red details onto his face. And that actually took me really long to make all these tiny shaped pieces, and I also used a really thin brush for that. And then I decided to paint him an open mouth, and that actually made it really long, his face. And then I had to paint his chin, as you guys can see, lower of his head. Can't actually see it really good, but if you look from downwards, you can just see it. And then I just painted all of his horns in that brownish color. And then I actually just finished his whole head. After that, I decided to paint his torso, and for that I just took a normal Lego gray torso, and then I painted his tattoos on the torso. You guys can see, first painted in red layer, and then I just painted all of his black tattoos on there in his chest. And then I just wanted to make his robe, and then I just cut it out some cloth pieces, which I just glued over the Lego torso. And then I also made his belt here from E-tape, and I just cut it like a big rectangular piece, which I also just glued all around the torso, you guys can see. And then I actually finished all the parts for the torso, and then I also made his part here under torso, like here for the legs. And here you can see it when it's unwrapped. It's just a normal waist cape, which is really short, and then I just glued on these cloth pieces to make it look like the end of that rope piece, which is going down here. And after I made all of these 3D parts with cloth and e-tape, I just painted the whole rope and also made some light gray outlinings here. You can see the 3D pieces better, and I also painted his belt here, which was also kind of a tricky part. Here I just worked myself from layer to layer, got like many layers, and then just painted the whole belt here. I also painted on some lights here, like 2 yellow on both sides in the middle, and 1 white light here. After that I made his arms, and for that I first sculpted his shoulder pads, and then I just painted them in the same gray as I painted the whole robe. Painted his arms in a normal light grayish color here, and then just painted his gloves here, or like gauntlet, just in black, and then made like all of these gray 3 lines there. They look really similar to the piece here in the middle. And then I just had to paint his legs, and then I probably just finished the whole figure. And for legs, I just painted his boots first. I just started painting like these silver boots here, paint a darkish sole here at the end, then made also like that gap here he got in the middle here. That gap is also on the inside of his legs, because I always make the legs wrapped around all 4 sides. And before I actually painted the whole legs, I also sculpted 3D knee pads, which I then also painted. They're like really edgy, like triangularly, look like kind of like a pyramid, and I also painted them in silver, but you actually couldn't see them really well, so I just outlined them with black so you can see the 3D part better. Under the robe here at the legs, you can also see two pockets he got. I also just painted them on there. So that was pretty much everything about my custom Lego Darth Maul minifigure. And now let's just conclude this showcase video. So thank you really much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to see more, also check out my Flickr, Instagram, or Facebook. The link will be down in the description. And I also got some plans for other minifigures I want to do in the future, like the final season suit from Ahsoka. So that's coming next. And I also want to make like Darth Vader, like a custom figure from Darth Vader, because I haven't done that. And I only made like custom figures from like new movies, and I also want to do like older stuff. And yeah. So I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.